Hello, welcome to Love Goddess Tarot. This is your daily love reading, and we want to have a look at what the energies of love are saying for you today. And we're going to ask today specifically for answers to those questions that you have about your significant person. Now, this can be an ex, this can be someone you love and you want more answers to as to why they are the way they are, what's going on in their life. Perhaps it's about things that they haven't told you. So we just want to ask Spirit today for clarity, for guidance, so that you know the next steps. Perhaps you've been doubtful about your connection. Perhaps you've lost sight of the goal and you're wondering if your partner or your special person is on the same path as you regarding the relationship. Whatever your questions are, let's ask Spirit to answer them. So I'd like you to start just by taking a lovely deep breath in, filling your lungs, close your eyes, and release. That's good. And take another deep breath in, hold it, fill your lungs, and release. And just allow yourself to relax. Just allow yourself to let go of everything that's happened this week, all those thoughts, all those emotions that have gone through you this week, that have affected you. Let it all go. Just release it all and clear your mind. And just stay present with what is today. Just stay present with what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be doing today. And let's have a look at what is in store for you, what your person is thinking about. So, Spirit, please give us guidance today. Give us answers. How are they feeling? And what are they thinking about the relationship, about the viewer? And what is going on with them? So Spirit, guide us today for clarity, for answers. What is your person thinking? And what are they feeling? And where are they at in their life? Let's have a look and see. Sometimes things feel a lot more difficult than at other times, and that's the energy. And you know, there are lessons that we learn as we go through our lives, especially those relationships, those close ones where we are intimate and vulnerable with somebody. That's where we learn the most. We have to trust, we have to open up. But in opening up to another, we're also opening up to ourselves, and often that can be really scary. And so because the energies have been reflecting this beautiful soulmate twin flame energy that's been coming in for so many of you, it's tough because old fears will come up. Fears around intimacy, fears around being vulnerable and showing your true self. This is about dropping the masks and really allowing Spirit to guide you in your relationship, trusting the process, trusting that the lessons you learn are lessons that are going to help you grow and get into a deeper, more loving space with yourself. So let's have a look at your person and what they're about. So we have the Magician. So I get a feeling with your person that they are quite powerful in their own right. They really have all the tools as well to make a success of their lives. They also have the power to pretty much create anything they want. And perhaps for some of you, your person is currently a little bit self-absorbed and busy creating something that is passionate and that feels passionate and that they are passionate about. And they have you a little bit to the one side. So their focus is more on what's in front of them. This is pretty much a very intense focus on the present moment, a short period of time. So allow them to do what they need to do, because this is something that they need to do for their life, pretty much like you need to do. So there's a lot of mirroring going on in your connection currently, and they feel that there's something very special between you. It might be currently that they're not showing this. They're not showing up for you in some way. And they're having to deal with some of the things in front of them that they may have neglected during the course of your connection, whether that's been a longer or shorter term connection. So there's a feeling currently that the energies are saying there's a bit of a pause for you to allow your person the time and the space to do their own creating. And the basis of the question is the Hangman. Boy, they're feeling stuck. They're on a sort of in a space right now where they're on hold. Life has been pretty overwhelming for them too, and they're kind of stuck, but it's not something that is permanent, and it certainly isn't something that's long-term. In fact, there's sort of almost a bit of just a delay in their approach to you. So I'm expecting for you a sense that for those of you waiting for a text, a call, a message, expect some delays. Do not go into a space of anxiety thinking, oh goodness, what's happened to them? Let it be. People appreciate it when they're going through their own thing. They appreciate that space. So give a little space. They are currently in a bit of a self-absorbed space. So they're kind of on a place of not making any major decisions, even though we saw that they have the ability to create just about anything they want. There's a part of them that feels a little stubborn, a little resistant to the current changes that they know they need to make in their lives, that they know they need to make for the sake of being a better person for you and for being able to come and step back into a space with you, into a better space, into the next level. For one thing is for sure, the next level is delayed somewhat. Now, do not lose hope. These are very good times to be able to reassess, reevaluate, and just focus on tweaking what you can about being a better partner in a relationship, about letting go of your fears, about releasing any old emotional wounds that are done with. So this is your time where you can do a little bit of self-reflecting, healing. That varies from person to person. And for some of you, it's just about really perhaps taking this weekend and just retreating. Into the silence you go, where all the answers are held for you, and you emerge refreshed and in your beautiful energy, so that your person can't help but feel attracted to you. So we have the Knight of Wands. So it tells me that when they're ready, they certainly know how to make a comeback. And so there's some dramatic display, sudden display of, I'm coming to claim you back. There's something old-fashioned about this as well. They might enjoy the chase. They might enjoy the dramatics of love. You know, I see the sort of Shakespearean actor play outs where it's very dramatic. So you may receive a very dramatic gesture from your person. They may also very dramatically try and explain what's been going on with them. You're certainly going to be having a conversation, and I suggest just listen and nod and kind of move on from it as quickly as you can so that things can resume their course, because you are definitely still on their minds a lot. And then you're not gone. You're there, but sometimes for you it can feel like a disconnect, and it's because you're searching for information in your mind. You're trying to use your mind to search for the information, but if you close your eyes and you connect through your heart, you can actually call them to you and say, come back to me. I long for you. Come back to me. For the highest good of the two of us. You know, if it's meant to be, come back to me. And so they'll receive that message. And I see them coming back with quite a dramatic entrance, is all I can say. They definitely want you and desire you, and are very much, it just feels like there's some delays, and they're very much trying to sort things out so they can come back and be a better person and a better partner. And for those of you who've wondered, well, are we going to get to the next level? Yes, there will be a time in the near future where you're going to have a conversation with each other, and there will be the decision, but the choice will be there to come back together, to give it another try, to take it to the next level. However, it's free will. So for those of you who've had enough, it'll give you your closure. And for those of you who want that second chance, or you want the relationship to move to the next level, that's what you're getting. And then we have this very happy fellow, and he is certainly feeling very smug and very happy with himself, and he knows how to enjoy life. So there's plenty of pleasure, enjoyment, and harmony coming once your person goes through what they need to go through. And if you stay strong, stay aligned to yourself, stay aligned to your path, you will be receptive to this. So expect some getting together, hanging out. Expect some dates, pleasure, enjoyment. All depends on your ability to receive. So be open, be receptive. No matter what, be receptive to hearing what your person is wanting to share with you. It is definitely a feeling here that they are expecting good times ahead with you. So for some of you, this means you'll have a date sooner rather than later, even if there have been some delays, and it's going to go really well. And you mustn't be nervous, and you mustn't be scared of it, and enjoy. You know, it's a beautiful phase for the relationship in the coming days and in the next weeks ahead. There's better times. This period to me just seems very short-lived, and it's just like a blip. So this interesting thing here is with your person, they're not seeing it the same way you are. You may be feeling confused. You may be thinking, gosh, they're not interested. But they're actually just reshuffling and reorganizing things for themselves so that you are getting the best of them. They want to give you their focus and attention. And certainly they want to come back and be with you. So be ready, because it will happen suddenly. So the 5 of Wands is very much about battles, verbal battles, having an argument, disagreeing, not finding a compromise or common ground. Now, it seems to me both of you can be really stubborn, and I'm getting that your arguments about the same thing are repetitive and really are not worth going into. So fight those battles and leave the petty stuff behind. Only focus on things that really matter, big stuff. So, you don't compromise on your values, you don't compromise on your morals, you have your boundaries. But this is more an indication of being argumentative, and the two of you could get into argumentative spaces. So it's saying, try to avoid this. This comes from a place of insecurity. So your person feels that sometimes you are just looking to battle it out with them, and they feel that you're too argumentative. But it's a reflection of them too. So there is some projection going on. So this conversation, this entrance coming in, if you resist, is going to end up in arguments and disagreements. And I sense that some of you may enjoy the battling it out because it leads to more passion. So definitely this energy can cause more of an attraction in a weird way. But again, it's not what you want from your whole relationship. If this is just a moment in time and you have to have your say and you battle it out and that leads you to passionately coming back together, then that's fine. But it's important to avoid this. Your partner seems to believe, or your person seems to believe, that you are definitely somewhat stubborn, but they are stubborn too. So this is not only to do with them, this has to do with you as well. So there's some mirroring going on. Of course, the beautiful 4 of Wands to me is always the soulmate card, but there seems to be some sort of fear in both of you to do with this connection. It feels like both of you are frightened to actually admit your true feelings about each other, and there's fear around something that could actually be really wonderful. Now, sometimes people have gone through such a hard time that they don't believe in the good anymore. And this reminds me of that sense of, is this too good to be true? So your person is somewhat afraid that, you might be too good to be true. Is it real? They're questioning that because what you have is quite magical. There's definitely a strong connection to each other, and they question that. And sabotage can come up, and all sorts of fears come into play with this, but you can assure them, in a sense, by being consistent with who you are, by being authentic. In time they will see that the way you are is the way you are. You're a very warm, loving person. And also, this to me also tells me that there are beautiful times ahead if you can overcome your fears. And that this, for those of you asking the question, is this ever going to go anywhere? Well, marriage or living together is definitely on the cards here, once you get over your initial fears. And the Ace of Swords coming through. So this is your message. And as you can see, it's a message that Spirit is orchestrating. So it's sudden and it's going to be very clear. So to me, this is a new start. This is the next level of your relationship. You're getting a fresh start to try again, to talk differently to each other, to start to show up differently for each other, to learn from the mistakes of the past. If that's your past relationships you've had, if that's with this person, but this is about new love. So for those of you who've been waiting and wondering, is this person that I'm thinking about going to come forward with an offer? Well, they sure are. And it's a good one. And it's worth the wait. So a little patience can go a long way. So what this is also saying is, this is not talking about chasing them down, trying to convince them, beg them, trying to argue with them that you are the best choice. This is about being strong in your own power and knowing your worth and knowing your value and allowing them to see through your actions, through your kindness, through your patience, allowing them to see that you are in your own power and that you are able to respond in a different way perhaps to the past. But this is offering you a new start. They're coming forward. They're having their say of what they want to offer you. It's all good. And so you really just need to accept what they're bringing to the table. And the Ace of Cups. How beautiful. Your cup is overflowing. Their cup is overflowing. It's, again, divinely orchestrated. I'm still getting that soulmate energy for you. And of course, with the soulmate, these are those souls that have contracted to come together in this lifetime. They may have shared many lifetimes together, and they've come together to open up each other's hearts to love. Now, sometimes that can be tough, and sometimes that can be a lot easier. It depends on where each person is on their journey. But there's definitely a deep spiritual connection between soulmates, and there also is a divine conspiracy to meeting. It's like divinely orchestrated. There's no way of getting around it. So, these are the people we meet who shake our worlds, who open us up, who crack through those walls and who expose the soft core of our inner being for us to see. They clarify what we want in love, and they help us, not always in the easiest of ways, but they help us to see our pain and where we need to heal. So there are gifts in this, not always easy gifts, but very worthy gifts. So your person and you both are being divinely blessed in this connection, and the cup will overflow for both of you, which is really beautiful because you both feel the same about each other. We have the Nine of Wands, and this always reminds me a little bit of the past and those old hurts, those experiences that were painful, that we tend to hold on to. So for some of you, you're still holding on to a grievance, a pattern, a pain, old pain, even being the victim, giving your power away, feeling hurt, feeling wounded, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected. This is still present. And they have this too. Because remember, we choose people who are going to reflect and project our own things that we are not seeing back to us. So this is for both of you. But specifically, there's still an old woundedness that you have to work through with each other. And your person has this as well. So they've had abandonment, they've had rejection, they've been hurt by a previous relationship, and it specifically still is present. They're holding on to something that they feel they identify with. And so it's very difficult for them to let this pattern go, and that causes a lot of their fear around moving forward with you. Even though you come through as beautiful and soft and warm and loving, they're scared to trust it, and this needs time. And I feel with the whole reading that we've had here, that despite them coming in with a rather dramatic sort of entrance back with a message for you, it feels that the actual process of this relationship will go far slower. So once the talking has been done, once you've ironed out your differences, there's a very happy period in store for you. But at the same time, these old wounds are still present. So it will just be a much slower process than you perhaps are used to. And so it's important for you to not let your nervous system get rattled and become anxious because it's not moving in the way you expect it to. And it's all about your power. This is for you. This is you staying in your power. It's not giving your power away in this relationship. It's not giving your power away to the hamster wheel thinking and your old fears and that which disempowers you. It's about staying in your power around all of this. You can do it. Love and blessings. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. And please like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Have a beautiful day.